What's up, guys? Eber42 here, hitting you up with some early Madden 17 MUT coin making tips so you can start the season off on the right foot, building up those coin stacks. So we're going to get right into it for you guys. I'm going to have some quick flip tips, I'm going to have some investment tips. I'm going to talk a little bit about how the market works early on in MUT. So make sure you stick around for all of this stuff because there's going to be some really fire stuff here for you guys. So the first thing I want to talk about, and hopefully I'll be able to get some footage up from some of the earlier videos I did where I covered some of these things already in Madden 16, but I want to talk about some early flips for you guys to keep your eye on. So the first thing you guys can look at flipping, and this works every year. It worked 2 years ago, it worked last year, it's going to work next year, but it's playbooks, uniforms, and stadiums. Specifically, you guys want to keep your eye on what playbooks become popular early on. So go ahead and watch guys like Problem Right. Go ahead and watch guys like Madden Tips. These guys normally come out with some schemes early on. A lot of people get their hands on those schemes through being subs to their Twitch channels, etc. Go check out YouTube. See what some of the early schemes coming out on there are, both for defense and offense. It'll give you a good idea of what playbooks are going to be more popular. You can go in, you can buy these things for a couple hundred coins, and the ones that are popular are selling for upwards of 2,000 coins. So you're not going to make 100,000 coins per flip, but you can flip 100 to 1,000 of these things early and make 1,000 coins each time. So if you are diligent with this, you can make 1,000,000 coins just doing this. It's going to take a lot of time, but it's a good way to put some coins in your pocket through the first couple weeks of Madden. So the second thing I'm going to want to talk to you guys about are budget gold players. So I know this year one card that we can use as an example is the 75 overall Jerick McKinnon. This card had 94 speed, 93 acceleration. It was a great card that a lot of people had on budget squads. I also flipped Reggie Bush back in Madden 15. A lot of these cards, they're not worth that much, but once people figure out that they want them on their budget squads, the golds that are better, that perform better, and a lot of people want on their teams, spike in price a lot. So a lot of these cards will go for between 5 and 10K, but you'll find people posting them on the auction house for 1,000 or 2,000, like the rest of the gold cards that they have. So it's a good place to get in if you know the market for a lot of these value gold cards to flip those as well. The third quick flip tip I have for you guys for early MUT coin making is badges. So a lot of badges go into sets early on, and there's a lot of demand on badges. So elite badges normally start out around 100,000 or more coins. We saw these going for like 120. I think they were up at 150 during like the early play times and stuff like that. So make sure you can either flip these. If you get any in packs, sell those as well. I know gold badges are probably going to start out around like 15K, 10K, somewhere in that range. The silvers and bronzes even go for quite a bit early on in MUT. This is a good area to go in, do some bidding, do some sniping, find some cheap badges and flip them for more coins, because you'll have some people that won't realize that they're worth so much more than they were at the end of M16. So my last quick flip tip for you guys for early MUT coin making is rare set pieces. So this year we saw a lot of the captain sets had these 74 overall gold cards. Likewise, a lot of these sets had fullbacks in them. Those cards had lower pull rates, and therefore those cards went up in price very quickly once people realized that those were the rare cards in these sets. Now, once they go up, not everyone realizes they go up. You'll have people that still list those cards for 1,000 or 2,000 coins because they don't realize that they're rare and they go into this set. So it's a good area to check out early on when these cards start settling in price, and a lot of them go up. I know if we look at the Giants captain set, they have this Hoynoski in it as well, and this card was worth a lot early on. So this is a good area to keep your eye on, is all the sets that are open early on, to figure out what cards are rare in them and are worth a lot, and you can get in and flip some of those cards and make some coins early on in the Madden season. Speaking of sets, that's another area that you can make some coins early on in the Madden seasons. Before the markets kind of equal out and people realize what cards in the sets need to be worth more in coins, you can very often go on these sets like the Eagles set, where you have this middle linebacker that is a very high demand card, and you can pick all these cards up for relatively cheap because people haven't set prices on anything yet. So you can get into a lot of these sets very early on and complete them for a profit. So keep your eye on that. You can use MUT to check out what all the cards are worth that are going into the set. You can also check MUT to see what the reward is going for. Add in the coins that you can get, so you know you get 15,000 when you complete this set, and quite often you'll find that you can turn somewhere around a 20 or 30% profit on some of these sets really early on in the Madden season. So I have to kind of disclaimer that you know, this is only going to work for the first week, maybe 2 weeks, because like I talked about, the rare cards in these sets are going to end up going up in value and equalizing all of the cards in the set to be worth what the reward's worth. So if you can get in and do a lot of these early on before that market has set, you can turn some nice profits with it. Alright guys, now we're at the point where I need to talk a little bit about some of the econ jargon that you guys hear me chatter about. So early on in the Madden season, coins are worth more than they are later on in the Madden season. And let me explain that statement. So when we all very first start MUT, we get the game, no one has any coins, but everyone wants all the cards. So a card's only going to be worth what someone can pay for it. The only way coins come into the game are through things like playing solos, playing head-to-head games, doing things like large quick sales. These are the things that create coins. I've talked about this before. There's other things in the game like buying ranked tickets, buying contracts, and the auction house tax that take coins out of the game to kind of balance it out throughout the long run of the season. However, early on there's not a lot of coins in the MUT economy. Therefore, those coins are worth more. Let's say we all want the new Patrick Peterson Base Elite 90 card, right? Well, in the first day of playing, no one has 1,000,000 coins to pay for that card. So the card's not going to be worth 1,000,000 coins. After a month or two, when a lot of people have played solos, head-to-head games, stuff like that, then people are going to have a couple 100,000 coins to pay for that 90 Base Elite Patrick Peterson that maybe goes into some set for some even better MVP or captain card. So with that being said, here's some other tips to keep in mind early on in MUT. One thing to do is to invest in some of those set cards. So I talked with you guys last time, a couple tips ago, about these MVP sets and how at the very beginning of the game the prices aren't set on these cards. There's two reasons for that. One, people don't have enough coins to really pay, you know, 100,000 coins for 74 Josh Morgan, for example. So that's why a lot of these cards sell for cheap the first, you know, during pre-release time and the first week or two of the game. So if you can identify what some of these cards are that might be rare, you can go in early in the first week and buy those. Maybe it's even the base elites for some of these sets, because people don't have the coins to shell out 100,000 for a base elite Matt Forte. So you might be able to buy them for 40,000 early on in the game. And odds are through the first week they're going to go up in value. As more coins come into the MUT economy, from more people playing games and more people playing solos, all the cards' prices are going to go up. This is a very short-term effect, happens every year, but you can invest in the rare set pieces that go into these sets because they will go up in price. Similarly, you can just invest in any base elites, you know, especially the top base elites, the Tom Brady's, the Patrick Petersons, you know, the really good halfback cards, like maybe it'll be Ezekiel Elliott this year, maybe it'll be, who knows who it'll be. Charles has always been a very popular guy. But these cards, because there's a lot of demand on them, are going to go up in price as more coins come into the MUT economy. So I know a lot of cards that I opened in my very first packs. I sold my elites last year right away. Tried to just get rid of them, right? Sell your elites early because they're only going to go down in value as the MUT season goes along. Well, the first week or two, those cards ended up going up in value, and it made sense to me once I thought about it. But just for everyone out there, what you're going to want to do is you're going to kind of want to invest in some of these cards and hold on to some of these cards until you see their prices kind of start leveling off and coming back down on MUT. They are going to go up slowly through the first couple weeks, so you can invest in some of these cards. Similarly, a great thing to do on the first week or two of Madden is to do the things I just said make coins. So play solos, play head-to-head games, just get in, play a lot, get your coin rewards for those things. When you're doing this, I would like to tell you to keep in mind to have a big picture towards your solo play. So very early on, you can do the style solos. These always come out right away. You get reward cards for them. Those reward cards are going to go down in value as the MUT season goes along. So maybe try to knock out the style solos right away. Then you can maybe start working on some of these gauntlets and some of the bigger things that led to like the 99 Marshawn Lynch this year or other stuff like that. But I always try to do the solos that when you play a bunch of them and you do something, you make a bigger achievement and you get a bigger reward out of it. So keep that in mind when you're looking at solos next year in Madden 17. So my final tip for you guys heading into the Madden 17 MUT season is to not use a squad like the one you're seeing on the screen right now. Obviously these players aren't going to be available, there won't be golden tickets out, etc., etc., but you want to use budget squads early on in MUT. Depending on what you're looking for out of your MUT season, this might not apply to you. A lot of people like to have the best cards that they can have, to play as much head-to-head as they can, and to stay as competitive as they believe they can stay, and they think those better cards help them. And now I'm not going to say that they don't help you or that they do help you more, but what you can do if you really want to save coins and have that really awesome team come Super Bowl time or Christmas or at some other point in the year, maybe when all the 99 and Ultimate Legends come out, you want to wait and spend at that point and you just want to build coins until then, is to use budget squads. Get those cheap gold players that overperform. The cards like Jerick McKinnon that I was talking about earlier. You can watch the guys like Problem, you can watch the guys on Madden Tips. Plenty of other streamers talk about budget cards. You can go on MUThead, read about them. You can find cards to fill all of your spots for a couple thousand, maybe. Don't spend more than like 10,000 coins on any of your players. And you can use that squad, through Christmas into January. And you can do just fine with that squad, especially if you're playing like ranked salary cap or something like that. There's constantly cards coming out through new promos, through weekly Legends players, Team of the Week players. There's always a new better card. There's always a new best card at a new position every week, it seems. So let's say, for example, I'll stick on this Patrick Peterson train that I've been on. You want that 90 overall Patrick Peterson card, and then after a month into the game, it's going for 700,000 coins. But you gotta have it, so you grind up, you flip a bunch of stuff, you make some smart investments, you get your 700,000 coins, bam, you buy that card. Then the next week, Pat Pete performs great, and a 93 overall Pat Pete Team of the Week card comes out. Well, your 90 overall, bam, instantly is going to take a price hit down to like at least 500k, if not 400k. You're going to lose a ton of value in that, and if you do this throughout all of your positions on all of your teams throughout the Madden season, you can literally just lose millions of coins having your players depreciate in value while they're on your squad, and these things happen. So if you can, just play with a budget squad throughout all of that time and save your coins. You're going to be way ahead later on in the Madden season when you're trying to throw down for the 99 Barry Sanders or that Bo Jackson when he gets released around Christmas time. So there you go. Thanks for stopping by, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, let me know what your plans are to make coins early in Madden 17 MUT season. Give me a follow on Twitter at Ebert_42. Check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ebert42. I will have a new schedule once Madden 17 comes out. You guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel for weekly Madden 17 MUT coin making tips and gameplay. I will have a weekly quick flip target segment, as well as a weekly investment target segment, and weekly market analysis similar to what I did last year. And finally, check out the links below. See some of my other YouTube stuff, like my Pokemon Go vlog series or my Madden coin making tips playlist, and I'll also have some MUT gameplay. So, big heart, thanks for stopping by. Catch you guys next time.